Your life is not controlled by your situation. It is controlled by your mindset. And right now, your mindset might be working against you. Quietly, slowly, without you even realizing it. You wake up, and before your day even begins, your mind starts speaking. I'm tired. Today will be hard. I don't feel like doing anything. And just like that, your energy drops. Your motivation disappears. Your actions become slow. Nothing outside changed, but everything inside shifted. This is the power of mindset. Not something big, not something loud, just small thoughts, repeated every day. And those thoughts shape your reality. Have you ever noticed how two people can face the same situation, but react completely differently? One person sees a problem and feels stuck. The other sees the same problem and looks for a solution. Same situation, different mindset, different outcome. So the real question is not, what is happening in your life? The real question is, how are you thinking about it? Because your thoughts create meaning, and meaning creates emotion, and emotion creates action, and action creates your life. Let's slow this down. Thought, meaning, emotion, action, result. If your thoughts are negative, your results will also feel negative, even if your situation is not that bad. This is why some people feel unhappy, even when life is okay, and some people feel strong, even when life is difficult. It all comes back to mindset. But here is the truth. Your mindset is not fixed. It is trained, built, repeated, just like a habit. And if it was learned, it can be changed. Let's understand why your mindset becomes negative. Your brain is designed to protect you, not to make you happy, not to make you confident, but to keep you safe. So what does it do? It focuses on problems, on risks, on what could go wrong. Because in the past, this helped humans survive. But today, this same system creates overthinking, fear, and self-doubt. Your brain says, be careful, don't fail, stay safe. But sometimes, staying safe means not growing, not trying, not improving. And slowly, you feel stuck. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Ryan. Ryan had a normal life, a job, a routine, a small circle of friends. Nothing was wrong, but nothing felt exciting either. Every day felt the same. Wake up, work, come home, sleep, repeat. And slowly, he started feeling empty, not sad, just disconnected, like he was living on autopilot. One day, while sitting alone, he asked himself a simple question. Is this really my life? That question stayed with him. All day, all night. He couldn't ignore it, because deep inside, he knew something needed to change. But he didn't know what. Ryan's problem was not his life. It was his mindset. He was stuck in a pattern of thinking. I can't change. This is how life is. It's too late. These thoughts felt true, but they were not facts. They were just repeated beliefs. And repeated beliefs feel real. This is how mindset traps you. Not with truth, but with familiarity. You think something again and again, and your brain accepts it, without question. Let's go deeper. There are 3 common mindset patterns that hold people back. First, the fixed mindset. This mindset says, this is who I am. I can't improve. I'm not good at this. So you stop trying, because you believe effort is useless. Second, the negative filter. This means you focus only on what is wrong. You ignore what is working. You ignore progress. You only see problems. So life feels heavier than it actually is. Third, the fear mindset. You imagine the worst outcomes before even trying. What if I fail? What if people judge me? What if it doesn't work? And that fear stops you before you even begin. Do you see the pattern? None of these are reality. They are ways of thinking. And thinking can change. So, how do you fix your mindset? Not in one day, not in one moment, but step by step. Let's make it simple. First, become aware of your thoughts. You cannot change what you don't notice. So, listen to your inner voice. What do you say to yourself daily? Is it supportive? Or is it critical? Second, challenge your thoughts. When your mind says, I can't do this, ask, is that really true? Or is it just fear? Third, replace the thought, not with something fake, but something realistic. Instead of, I can't do this, say, I am learning to do this. Small change, big impact. Fourth, take action, even if it's small, because action creates evidence, and evidence changes belief. Let's go back to Ryan. After thinking for days, he decided to do something small, not big, not dramatic, just small. He started waking up 30 minutes earlier, not for work, but for himself. He sat quietly, no phone, no noise, just thinking, reflecting. At first, it felt strange, uncomfortable, but slowly, he started noticing his thoughts. He saw how negative they were, how repetitive, how limiting, and for the first time, he questioned them. Is this really true? That question changed everything, because now, he was not controlled by his thoughts. He was observing them, and when you observe something, you create distance, and distance gives you control. Over time, Ryan made more small changes. He tried new things. He stepped out of routine. He spoke to new people. He learned new skills. Not perfectly, but consistently. And something interesting happened. His life didn't change overnight, but his mindset did. And because his mindset changed, his experience of life changed. He felt more alive, more aware, more present. Not because everything became perfect, but because he started seeing differently. This is the key. You don't need a perfect life. You need a better perspective, because your perspective shapes your experience. Now listen carefully, because this is important. Fixing your mindset is not about being positive all the time. That is not real. You will still have bad days, negative thoughts, doubt, fear. That is normal. The goal is not to remove negative thoughts. The goal is to not believe them blindly, to question them, to understand them, to not let them control your actions. Because your thoughts are not commands. They are suggestions. You can accept them or reject them. That choice is your power. Let me give you something simple to practice. Every time you feel stuck, pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? Then ask, is this helping me or hurting me? If it's hurting you, change it gently, patiently, without pressure. Because mindset change takes time, but it works if you stay consistent. Let's come back to Ryan one last time. Months later, his life looked different. Not perfect, but better, more meaningful, more intentional. He still had problems, but he handled them differently, with awareness, with control, with clarity. And one day, he realized something powerful. Nothing outside changed first. Everything started inside. His mindset, his thoughts, his perspective. And that changed everything else. And the same is possible for you. Yes, to you, the one listening right now. You don't need to wait. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need to start noticing. Start questioning. Start changing small thoughts. Because small thoughts create big changes. So today, be aware. Tomorrow, be intentional. And slowly, you will build a mindset that supports you, not limits you. And one day, you will look back and realize your life didn't change by chance. It changed because you changed the way you think.